I'm Kara Hart with Brownfield Ag News. Joining me today is Meristem sales leader Peter Rousonelos sitting next to me. And on the far end, we have Kelly Garrett with Extreme Ag joining us as well. Thank you both for joining us in this panel discussion. How is Commodity Classic going so far?
Commodity Classic's been really good for us. We've had a lot of traffic, a lot of good growers coming by and interest in what we're doing here, and a lot of interest in this biocapsule back here, this planter box treatment we have.
Well, to kick things off here, tell us a little bit about yourself, Peter, and your role with Meristem, and we'll go over to Kelly next.
Okay, my role with Meristem, so I'm VP Business Development, help lead the sales strategy, as you mentioned, but really just kind of do anything and everything it takes to grow the business. So I carry a book myself with some dealers and growers that we work with in the state of Illinois, where I'm originally from. And then I also grow that network outside of the state. We focus completely on the Midwest and help support our other salespeople and other business development opportunities with companies.
What about you, Kelly? What can you tell us about you and your farm?
Hi, I'm Kelly Garrett, farm in western Iowa, about 70 miles northeast of Omaha. It's my mom and my dad, my wife Amber. I have 3 sons, all are coming into the operation, mostly corn and soybeans, a little bit of winter wheat. We have a 500 head cow-calf herd. We just opened a meat store in our small hometown to go direct to the consumer with some of our beef. We have a trucking company and, of course, part of Extreme Ag.
Well, and I understand you know how to grow a good corn crop.
I have the third highest recorded yield ever in the state of Iowa, 388 bushel. It is my goal and my passion to try to beat Mr. Francis Childs at 442. We're working in that direction.
So how do you grow such a great corn crop? Can you let us in on a few of your secrets here?
I very much try to balance the soil from a base saturation perspective. I look at the ratios. You know, we want 10 phosphorus to zinc ratio. We want 10 to 1. Carbon to nitrogen ratio, we want 7 to 1. I very much focus in on that chemistry. And when you get the chemistry right, the biology comes along and follows.
Okay, so just knowing your science and knowing how things work, I guess, essentially.
Yes, ma'am. Trying to improve the soil, trying to improve soil health from a chemistry perspective. And, you know, the products that we use from Meristem and things help like that. Products like Res Cycle, things like that really help us do that.
Well, let's talk about some of those products a little bit. So I know that there are 2 that we're focusing on today, including the spring applied excavator. So you want to talk a little bit about that? We'll start with that and its role maybe when spring planting time and, you know, we all get out in the field when that happens. I mean, where does this product come into place there?
So and the other thing I'll say to add to that is I do the thing I love about what I get to do at Meristem is I also farm. So I come from farm background and I still personally farm some acres. I'm not as involved on a daily basis as Kelly is. I have another farmer that I work with that is a longtime customer and actually puts in and takes out my crops. So I get the opportunity to touch these things and be right at the ground with it. I think that's a lot of value for me personally. So with that excavator is an example of that, one of those products. When I came into Meristem and saw this excavator product, I thought to myself, another residue product. You know, there's a lot of them on the market. And I thought, what's different? And we started digging into it, and what Meristem has done is they've taken a consortium of biologicals, primary ones that break down carbon. The backbone of every crop is carbon. So if we can break down that carbon, break that residue down and drive that carbon back into the soil, we can increase water holding capacity, nutrient availability, and we can reduce that residue, which is also a problem for many other reasons. The way we do that is we have a carrier called Microbilize. That carrier is actually patented by Meristem, and that carrier is what really makes it work. The biologicals are biologicals you can find likely in even other people's products. We've selected the right biologicals, put them at a high CFU count, colony forming count, and then put them in with this carrier system that keeps it stable, makes it easy to use. You can mix it with herbicides, and you can spray it right on the field, and it activates instantly and gives it a food source to grow and populate and really break that residue down quickly. The thing that I like about it is this time of year we're going into spring, and going into spring we got planting in front of us, and you're thinking residue, you're thinking that's a fall problem, right? I got to treat that in the fall. The beautiful thing about excavator is that we're able to be just as efficient using it in the spring. We see the same performance in the spring where we're breaking down that residue, driving that nutrient availability this season. And because it works that fast, we still have the flexibility to use it in the fall, but we have people using it in double crop wheat bean type markets, and we've just seen cover crop markets where they're terminating cover crop. It's just been a very flexible product because of how fast it works and how effective it is.
Well, walk me through just some of the basics on how it does work. Does it go through a system? Is it fertilizer applied? It comes through at that time, or when do farmers apply the product?
So it's a self-contained product, so it can be applied through a sprayer, and so it can be applied by itself at 12.8 ounces an acre with water as a carrier. It's got everything it needs to be effective. It doesn't need another carrier like nitrogen. A lot of products need nitrogen to be effective. It doesn't need that. It can be applied, so typically it'll be applied with some other pass. So in the spring, it's being applied with the burn down pass, as we call it, where they're applying a herbicide to kill weeds or to kill their cover crops, whatever the case may be. That's when it can be tank mixed with that herbicide, and it can be used in the fall as well, either by itself or with a fall burn down.
Okay. Let's also talk Revline a little bit too. And I think Kelly had mentioned that you use Revline. But walk me through, Peter, just real quick, and we'll get over to Kelly too. A little bit more about Revline and some of the how growers would use that on their farm.
The Revline hopper throttle.
Yeah.
So we're real excited about Revline hopper throttle corn, Revline hopper throttle soybean. This started out as a co-pack product where we took talc graphite and iron and manganese, and we had a co-pack with it that was a product called Meristem from New Leaf. And it's a pink emtroph, it's a microbe that basically promotes root development. And it does it through utilizing the methane gas that is exuded by the crop that produces acids that produce roots. So we found that to be very effective. What we didn't find effective was a co-pack. Nobody likes co-packs. Kelly, we don't like co-packs, do we? No, everybody
No,
takes
we don't.
Everybody takes co-packs and they throw one away and add one. So we knew that to really take the market, we were going to have to find an easier way for the farmer to be able to use the product. And we did get on about 400,000 acres last year with the co-pack, saw really good results. It's very easy to use product because it's something that farmers doing already with a fluency agent. And what we've done is we created this biocapsule that's behind us. That's what sits behind us here is this big biocapsule. And it is a bucket with lid. On the lid, there are different individual capsules. And in those capsules, we loaded biologicals, we loaded Meristem. We've got some biocapsules that have inoculants. And so we've able to deliver these biocapsules in a way that the farmer can basically plunge these biocapsules at the time they're getting ready to plant. The biology enters into the talc graphite and the iron and the manganese and zinc below, and then they just shake that up and add it right to the planter. It's a way that we know we can deliver 100% live biology. We get really good coverage on the seed, and it's very effective.
So Kelly, walk me through when you're on your farm. How do you use this?
Revline will just be out there with the planter, and it treats 50 bags, so it treats one pro box. Like we have the central commodity fill planters, like many farmers do. There's going to be 50 bags put in each side. You're going to hit your plungers, you're going to shake the box up, and you're going to put it in with the corn, and there you go. A lot of farmers don't have in-furrow fertility. We do, and we're actually taking some of our in-furrow fertility out because of what Peter can supply, and it's going to make the job easier. But there are other growers that don't have in-furrow fertility. This is a great way. This is a great option right here, and it's a great product.
Wow, very interesting to me. I know we don't have Revline here with us today, but we do, I think, below. We were talking about the spring applied excavator. I think we have the biocapsule technology down there. You want to talk a little bit about that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is that Revline hopper throttle. This is the soybean version that's sitting here. We also have a corn version. And what's sitting here in front of me is what we were just talking about, which is this is the pail that the 80-20 talc graphite, the iron and manganese, and in the corn version, there's also zinc in here. There's not just a little bit of zinc. There's a 1.35 pounds of zinc. So we're delivering enough zinc to deliver real performance at the seed that we're used to getting from zinc when we're going in furrow, like a lot of other farmers have been able to enjoy in the market for years. And what they do is they take this, when they're getting ready to plant, they take this biocapsule. This capsule lays right underneath here. There's a foil underneath the base, and when you take this off, that's as easy as taking this off and just plunging this. When the farmer plunges this, it will cut 3 sides of the capsule that you can't see inside here, and what's in here will fall into the base. But the foil with a seal will not fall into the base because it stays adhered to one side. So everything deploys out, falls into the base. They do that all across all 3 of these, and then just shake this thing up. And when they open this side of it, they open this side like this. They'll just dump that right into the planter as they would their fluency agent, or feed it through a talc treater, or if they're a box planter, there'll be a scoop, and one scoop will treat 1 unit.
Wow.
So and a lot more to come. We have more technology that's going to come into this product. and we've got other companies that are looking to try to deliver other technology through here because they've seen this as a viable delivery system. And we have a utility patent on this product. So with that utility patent, we're able to, you like to use the word control, but control this space from the standpoint of really have the attention from a lot of technology providers say, I want to be in there. We've got something that works. Let's talk to Meristem. And if we can bring innovation to the grower through our dealer network, that's what we're all about.
And I want to be clear, this is Revline, as I'm sure you all can see if you're tuning in. I think I misspoke earlier, and I apologize for that. So I'm glad you could walk us through some of this. Is there anything else that folks should know about Meristem, or the relationship that you two have together and the correlation between Meristem and some of these really great yields that, Kelly, you're getting on your farm?
You know, using the excavator product, we use that on every acre of our farm. I thought it was interesting or amusing as to what Peter said there, that, oh great, here's another biological product, because I had been searching for 2 years. I'd been through 5, 6, or 7 products. I've never found anything that works like excavator. And we put it on every acre, corn and soybeans. We're 100% no-till, but just the other day we were talking, my father and I, about the color of our bean stubble versus the neighbor across the fence. It's so much darker, as you can see, it's eroding, it's decaying. We ran trials on it last spring, and we had great results, and it's on every acre now.
I think farmers are interested in, of course, in biologicals, and maybe some farmers are thinking about how do they get into biologicals. What advice would you have for them, Kelly?
You need to know about your soil. Different things will work in different geographies. The way excavator works, like he said, it's not really a unique microbial, but it's a unique delivery system. And that's the secret to excavator. That will work across all geographies. Peter and I have talked about it a lot. It's one of the best products I've seen.
Well, thank you for sharing. And is there anything else you'd like to say about Meristem? I think Meristem, and it's a new company for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people out there probably tuning in. What more can you tell us about you guys?
Well, Meristem we're really just focused on bringing innovation, if you will, through the fact that we're a platform company. We want to have the market access to be able to be attractive to technology companies that want to work with Meristem so that we can work directly with our farmer businesses that do business at the farm gate. So our go-to-market model is we work with independent farm businesses. We work with a lot of different seed dealers and independent retail dealers, and we spend a lot of time at the farm gate just talking about our products. So we help drive that business, and what we do is we look at 3 buckets. We look at driving nutrient use of efficiency through the use of products like excavator and some of our other nutrient management products that we have. We look at optimizing, getting those crops off to a good start. Get that plant off to a good start, good and healthy. That's the most important thing we can do, and that's what we're doing with the Revline Hopper Throttle franchise. And then we look at how we optimize this genetic seed potential in season. How do we take these really good genetics that are out here, grab as much nutrients availability as possible, get them off to a good start, and then optimize in-season genetic potential. And if we do that, we drive value for the farmer. That means they can produce more with less, which means we're doing the right thing for agriculture.
Thank you for the update. Now, I know we're kind of getting close to the end of our Facebook and Twitter and YouTube Live that we've got going on right now, and you both are here at the booth at Commodity Classic. If folks want to learn more about these products, where can they find Meristem?
So they can find us online at www.meristemag.com. That'd be the best place to find us. We're also available. We've got all the social networks, the Twitters and the Facebooks and all those things. But meristemag.com would be the best.
Okay, and I think, Kelly, you're here at the booth for a little bit, right? How much longer will you be here on site?
I'll be here for looks like another 15 or 20 minutes. There you go.
20 minutes. Well, if folks are tuning in or you're here at Commodity Classic, be sure to stop by. And if you're tuning in later on, feel free to visit Meristem online for more information. Again, I'm Kara Hart with Brownfield Ag News here at the Commodity Classic.